Turtles, come here. I have something to speak to you about. You are all to participate in a tournament.
A tournament?
Yes, it will be part of your training. Your skills will be pitted against each other so I can see how you are progressing. I have also invited Casey and April to join. Of course, I will have a reward for the winner ready. I have a trophy and one item from my personal collection. It can be any item the winner chooses.
Something from the trophy room? Whoa!
All right, count me in. This totally beats regular training. That trophy is mine.
I would be honored to compete for such a prize, Master Splinter.
One.
You know, it's amazing that in 2020 the Tmnt brand is still going strong after a significant dip in the mid to late 90s. The Heroes in a Half Shell have been rebooted so many times that it is becoming increasingly more difficult to keep track. Over the years we've seen new cartoons, storylines, movies, comics and merchandise which have done much to not only build upon the strong foundation of the very first Tmnt wave, but also to expand it whilst also paying homage to it. 2009 saw Ubisoft release Tmnt Smash Up for the PS2, which actually has more in common with the 90s Turtles Tournament Fighters games, and also uses the successful Super Smash Bros. As further inspiration for a fun, fast-paced brawler. The story is pretty simple. Master Splinter decides to hold a tournament to take the Turtles' training to the next level. Not only is Splinter also entering the tournament along with the Turtles, but he has also extended this invitation to April O'Neil and Casey Jones. I mean, the mere fact that the plucky Channel 9 reporter April received an invite is just mind-boggling to me. The goal here is to demonstrate your fighting ability and defeat all other participants to receive a gift from Master Splinter's trophy room and of course bragging rights. Smash Up runs at a much faster pace than most fighting games in the genre. You only get one round to inflict as much damage as possible on your opponent, tons of power-ups, and also the added advantage of interactive and destructible environments. There are many ways you can outwit the other fighters. You can knock your opponents off stages, sometimes winning instantly, bash them by wrecking a water tower, or fry them with electricity. In fact, this Turtles fighter is extremely accessible and offers a wealth of gameplay options and secrets to uncover. The gameplay, although aimed at younger players, offers comic book style FMV sequences, different endings for all characters, and of course a Tmnt game wouldn't be complete without Oroku Saki himself, the Shredder.
Turtles, help me! I have been captured by Shredder! I'm in a big pinch!
Did he just say the Shredder?
Yes, Michelangelo, it is true! I am a captive of the Shredder!
Shredder!
You fool! You thought this distress call would go unnoticed, didn't you? Not to worry. There is nothing you or the sewer rat and his team of freaks can do about it.
We have to go save Fugitoid! Yeah, and teach that Shredder some manners.
Whatever he's up to, it doesn't sound good.
You got that right.
Question is, how are we gonna find him? I wasn't able to lock down a location. I wish we had somewhere to start. A clue.
Let me enlighten you. Shredder has imprisoned Fugitoid with the intention of forcing him to create a large-scale teleporter for him. If he succeeds, he will be able to instantly transport himself as well as his army to anywhere in the world.
If that's true, there would be no way to defend against him.
Ugh! That metal-faced scumbag.
I can tell you where Shredder is, but there no doubt are traps.
As good as this game is, I do feel that the developers try to pack in a few different storylines which do very little to help the player remember that they are actually fighting in a tournament. Don't get me wrong, the storylines are pretty cool and were co-written by Peter Laird, one of the creators of the Ninja Turtles. It's just that they seem a little bit out of place in this game. No sooner do you beat your first bunch of tournament opponents, but then Shredder appears and the Turtles go to fight him and stop his latest attempt to conquer the world. So the tournament is kind of put on hold, yet you fight old Chrome Dome the same way you fight everyone else. Very confusing. Maybe I'm splitting hairs here, but I do feel that Splinter should have officially invited old Shredhead into the tournament, as this would have been a great hook. Other characters from the Tmnt universe also make an appearance, and most can be unlocked to fight in said tournament, but the extra storylines do nothing to promote it. This game does have the NES Tournament Fighters feel. In that game, Shredder made the challenge to see who was the most powerful, but the player was aware all the time that they were fighting in a contest, and this is represented throughout the entire game. Well, putting that aside, each fighter in Smash Up uses their trademark weapons. Weak and strong attacks can be performed by using any one of the 4 main buttons, plus you jump by pressing up. However, the TMNT cast have the moves, but unfortunately trying to jump is slow and floaty. Also, trying to turn around sometimes does not work, leaving your chosen participant wide open to attack. Now, it is not that this game is even hard. The game can be beaten in 15 minutes due to fights only lasting 1 round. Some of the one-player challenges are also just really tacked on and don't offer anything different and can be very confusing. For example, I'm told in one of these challenges I have to hurt Karai by forcing her into a stampede, but I've no idea how to do this and just could not figure it out. There are also some problems with the cameras zooming in and out, which makes it exceedingly difficult to keep track of your chosen character on screen. This occurs more frequently when there are multiple fighters, plus some environments are a little too interactive and can often trap the player in taking a lot of cheap hits. The moving trains being one such example. Fail to keep up with the screen and you can take some damage in addition to the pummeling of your opponent. Most of the time you will get battered around the screen like some kind of pinball pancake. You may have to wait for the screen to stop punishing you to gain some composure and carry on the fight. The graphics again echo the look of Super Smash Bros, and quite honestly this was a really good idea to try and weave the Turtles and Co into this tried and tested style of gameplay. The controls do not fully match this fast-paced action, however. Whilst they are not necessarily broken, occasionally they just won't respond when you need them to, and this takes away some of the enjoyment of the game for me. It can become quite a bit of a struggle to get your chosen fighter in a position to dole out some damage. Despite this though, the music, sound and FMV sequences are engaging, gritty, and the fact you get a reason as to why Splinter set up the tournament was a cool inclusion. The voice actors also do an amazing job, and it really feels like an episode or movie of TMNT from that era. Smash Up strongly encourages multiplayer play, with its wide range of options and tournament settings and modes, and this is where a lot of its strengths lie and where the most enjoyment from this game can be gained. It's an interesting hybrid and is probably again best suited to younger players, as the main mode is very short and it will take older players no time at all to whip through the game. For anyone expecting a deep immersive fighting game, this is not it, unfortunately. Smash Up is a good game, but I feel just needed a little bit more refinement in control style and structure. Having said that, it is a good game to bring out at parties or to our tournaments with your mates. I do think some of the environments themselves have a lot of humorous touches and charms, and it's a lot of fun and you will get a lot out of it as you try and outwit your opponents. If you're looking for a good TMNT game, then you can't go wrong with Ubisoft's 2007 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which provides some fast-paced platforming action and more of the dark comic style full motion videos. Whilst the action can be repetitive, there are many incentives and challenges for replaying the game, and I think it's a very underrated title. If however you want a decent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one-on-one fighting game, then check out Konami's TMNT Tournament Fighters on the SNES. It essentially does what Smash Up does by taking a popular fighting game, in this case Street Fighter 2, but also echoing it really well, offering far more modes and variety and depth for the player. Okay, I just want to say thank you very much for watching my review, and I will see you next time.
Why did you help us?
Fool. I am next in line to take control of the Foot Clan. It is my time. It was simple. Foil my father's plans and dishonor him in front of the clan. In order to do that, I merely had to use you. Just as expected, you all were very useful. And now I'm done with you all.
This is not over!
Shredder!
Gah!